What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with AJ, where we flip the script on your favorite eats and bring the flavor every time. Today, we're gonna make a sandwich that's crispy, sweet, and spicy, and yes, made of ramen noodle buns. I know you guys been waiting for it, so here it is. And I am very sorry for the wait. So without further ado, let's get into it. Today, we're going off the rails with a sandwich that's crunchy, sweet, spicy, and yes, made with ramen noodle buns. Get ready for the crispy Cajun honey butter ramen chicken sandwich. Trust me, your taste buds ain't ready for this. And always remember to cook it, taste it, and love it. We're starting with boneless chicken breast because chicken breast is the juiciest and packed with flavor. You want to marinate them in buttermilk, Cajun seasonings, garlic powder, smoked paprika, and a little bit of cayenne for that little extra heat. Let it chill for at least an hour or overnight if you want the real deal. And while that flavor is soaking in and getting wild, we're making ramen noodle buns. Yup, no bread today. Your ramen, you boil your ramen, mix it with 2 eggs, press it into a mold, and let it chill. Once it sets, we'll pan-sear it so it's crunchy and golden on the outside and soft on the inside. And so while the flavor's soaking into our chicken pieces, let's get a little wild, y'all. We're making ramen buns. Yup, no bread. So, first thing you want to do is get your 2 packs of ramen noodles. And you can discard the seasoning packets because you won't be needing them for this recipe. And then you're going to need about 2 eggs and salt and pepper, but you're going to need the salt and pepper the noodles to taste. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Also, you're going to boil your noodles for about 3 minutes. Then you're going to take these right here, these little ramekins, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if I'm saying it right. You're going to take you some cling seal wrap or plastic wrap, a little piece, put it in each. You're going to press into the mold and freeze and chill for about 30 minutes. So I'm about to actually show you everything we're going to need to do right now. So come over here, follow me over here to the oven. We're going to be, making a mess, okay. Just pop them in there in your hot boiling water. Don't have them in there. You might want to set, now me, I'm going to set my timer. Just because for the sake of the video, I'm going to set my timer for 3 minutes on my oven. Let's see, we're going to do timer, 3 minutes. And if you don't have these, you can use maybe like a big spork or a spoon or whatever you have lying around the house. But yes, like I said, so we're gonna do this about 3 minutes, and once it's done, we'll move on to the next section. All right, guys, as you can see, I'm breaking my little noodle. Now, what you want to do, so when you put these in your pot and you boil them, see, I know a lot of people, when they make ramen noodles in the pot, they like to break them into 4s. Please don't do that because you need them to be intact like this because you're going to be making it into your buns and you're going to be pressing them into molds. So please don't overcook them, first of all. And second of all, please don't break them into 4s. You want to keep them as together as you can. See what I'm saying? Like this. This is like a good consistency right here, y'all. So when you see it like this and you pick it up and it's like that, it just falls down nice and fluffy like that. You want to be nice and fluffy. So we got about 17 seconds left, and then we're going to drain them, and then we're going to put our salt and pepper in it and our egg. We're going to mix it together, and we're going to make our molds. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, it's all done, y'all. Now you want to come over here and just drain your noodles. Give them a good little shake. Make sure you're nice and loose, not stuck together. Dump them back into your pot. All right, guys. So we back over here. It's time to make now. So these right here, I got these from Dollar Tree. I'm pretty sure everybody got Dollar Tree near them. You can just go and these are actually patty presses for like making burgers, like hamburgers, stuff like that. I just took the bottom pieces off of that because it's gonna be the closest thing that I can get the roundness and the depth that I need for my buns. You understand? So, put your salt and pepper in there, however you like it. Some people don't like a lot of salt and pepper. I'm just putting a little bit because I don't like a lot of salt and pepper. Just for a little flavor, a little taste, a little salt. 2 eggs. Want to give it a good mix so all the egg is absorbed into the noodles. It's going to look a little milky. That's how you want it, a nice milky consistency. Next step is you want to get you some plastic wrap. Okay, I like the cling seal because it's going to cling. You know, some of that plastic wrap don't stick right when you're trying to stick it to stuff. It won't stick. And so this I found it sticks really good when you're trying to stick, you know, use it for different applications. So you want to just take it like that, cover your rimkins. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but do the other side. You got your top and your bottom bun right now. Now, next step is to get your noodles. That's why I said this is the easiest thing to use when you make this recipe, I think, instead of getting your hands all messy. You know, you can just, I just lift them up like this. See? And just place it right in there. And it's okay if it's a little hot or warm or whatever, because we're about to put it into the freezer for about 30 minutes. And you want to make sure all that space, make sure there's no like spaces. Because sometimes you can put stuff in these and it'll have pockets. So you got to make sure you get all the pockets out. And then we're going to do our other one. Just like that, y'all. See how this, watch your edges, please. Watch your edges. And the egg is actually going to hold the whole thing together. So when you pan sear it, it's going to keep it together. And it's going to be crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. Then next step is you want to cover it up with the rest of the wrap. Just cover it up like that, you know, and push it down in there. So that means that way, this is an easy way to get all the air bubbles out, all the pockets. You got any pockets in there? They should go away. And then you got this one here. Okay. You want to just fold it over like 3 or 4 times. Okay, like that. Press it down in there. Press all them pockets out. Now, you officially made your top and your bottom bun for your Cajun crispy chicken sandwich. Now you want to pop it in the fridge for 30 minutes so this can set, and then you can cook it. You pan sear it. Now, since we got this out the way, time for the star of the show, which will be also, I already did some, y'all. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you this. These are ones I did last night. I just let them, I kept them out for like maybe 30 minutes or an hour to let them defrost. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to, you shouldn't cook, if they're frozen, you shouldn't cook them. Always sit them out. Like if you forget and they're in the freezer, and you're like, oh, I forgot. Just take them out for like 30 minutes or an hour and just set them out and let them, you know, get softened up a little bit. Because you shouldn't cook them. I would suggest, you know, I've never done it, but I just would suggest that you cook these from frozen. Okay? And everything's set. This has the egg in it, has the salt and pepper already in it. Like I said, I did it last night. Now I'm about to prepare the start of the show, our chicken. That I also prepared earlier, the chicken. Also, so we got the chicken right here that we've been marinating for a while. Okay, it's buttermilk, Cajun seasoning, garlic powder, paprika, salt. What else? I did put a little MSG in there. Not really MSG. I put a flavor enhancer in it, but some people call it MSG. That's our chicken, and then we have our dredge, which is basically 1 cup of flour and a half a cup of cornstarch. And then you want to add in your, this is Cajun seasoning. This is simple Cajun seasoning. Nothing, because we already marinated here. So this is just to give the crust a little extra flavor and make sure it's nice and crispy. So the cornstarch is going to really make the chicken really crispy. You know what I mean? So, you know, when you make chicken, it's not just all about the flour. You need a little cornstarch too. Some people even put baking powder in their mix. So I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to keep it simple. Like I said, it's 1 cup of flour, half a cup of cornstarch, and this is about, I put about about a tablespoon and a half of Cajun seasoning. And we need to stir it. And so this is going to be the process, y'all. And it's like I said, this is actually a really quick recipe to make, really. Once you get it down packed, you can make this recipe in like 30 minutes. Well, I'll say an hour because you got to marinate the chicken. But if you marinate the chicken ahead of time, you can basically make this whole recipe in about 30 minutes. Okay? So, we're going to put the chicken on. While the chicken's cooking, we're going to pan sear our buns. And then at the end, we're going to put it all together. I have the honey butter sauce recipe. It's a real simple recipe. It's only like 3 ingredients. Of course, I'm going to add a little extra in there, you know. Because, you know, here on Cooking with AJ, we always like to turn it up a notch. You know? And we do not lack when it comes to flavor. All right, guys. So, got these. Oh, hold up. This is the wrong container. Sorry. That's something else. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. I'll put it in here somewhere. Oh, here it goes. That's for another episode. All right. Now, this is the chicken that I have been marinating for about a couple hours now. And it's looking pretty good because if you look, the marinade is nice and stuck onto the chicken, which means I should get a good, really good coat when I go to cook this chicken, okay? So you just want to drop it in there in your dredge. Okay, I got like 3 pieces of chicken in here, and we're going to make them into sandwiches. Top them on, a little shake, a little shaky shake, and then you can put your other one in. So let all the excess drip off. And put your other piece of chicken in there. As you can see, the grease is nice and hot. So we're going to be cooking this. Now, if you can do a couple different ways. I got these pots right here. These are got from steel pot sets. It's about $200, which I think is really reasonable because you get like 18. I think it's like 18 pieces or so, maybe more. Non-stick, you can put it in the oven. You can do whatever you want with these. So this is what we're going to be cooking our ramen noodles in. And like I said, yeah. So then we got our deep fryer. You're going to deep fry your chicken in 350 degree temperatures. Okay. Now, what I was about to say is you can deep fry it in here. Now, also with this set I got, it has a thing. It has an insert that comes with it where you can deep fry anything. It's a little thing, just like how this is. It's made something like this, and it just sits right in here and it deep fries your food. It's excellent. I'm telling you. Gotham Steel. If you don't know, look it up. I'm gonna include a link in the description below. And I'm thinking about doing an unboxing video for this set. You know, because I think it's an awesome set. It's well worth the money. You know, and I feel like this is like solid. You know what I mean? So, sorry, I didn't mean to do a promo, but I'm not getting paid by these people. So I'm just letting you know I do like their products, and this is what we're gonna be using today. And then also, we're using the deep fryer today, though. Which we're gonna put on 350 degrees. So, after you get your chicken all nice, well, kind of not dredging too well, guys. Making a little bit of a mess. Now, actually, with the last one, I'm gonna try something different because I've never tried this before, y'all. So y'all gonna be the first to see this. I'm gonna see if it works. We're gonna double dredge the last piece of chicken. Okay, and these are actually like chicken breast cutlets. These are not. So it's like you can buy a whole big chicken breast, but that's too much. You know what I mean? So I buy the cutlets because they cut kind of thin, but once you cook them, they're gonna bulk up. Okay, so make sure you dredge all your chicken. And now it's time to fry it. You got the best chicken sandwich of your life. I promise. That's a good sound right there, y'all. I mean, yeah, that chicken is nice and seasoned and floured real good. You shake off your excess and just drop it in away from you. Just lay it down like that. I told you, last piece, we're going to double dredge it. So, we got our flour on there. We shake off the excess. We're going to double it back in our little marinade like this. And then we're going to put it back into the flour. You gotta push it on there a little bit so it sticks real good. That's perfect. Just like that, guys. So it should be in here about 8 minutes. While that's getting cooking, we about to make, finally guys, it's time to make our Roma noodle buns. So let's come over here to the oven. While that's cooking about 8 minutes or so, that'll be done. Give it a little shake in between too, guys. Give it a little shake. Be nice and crispy for you. And we come over here and we're going to make our ramen noodle buns. So right here, I just have something simple. It's just a little bit of olive oil. Just so, you know, just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then we're going to spread it around like this with your spatula. Okay. Make sure it's evenly coated. You can always add more if you need it. So actually, like guys, as you can see, we got our buns in here cooking. And I'm sorry guys if it don't come out like it should, cause the it defrosted a little too much for me. I didn't realize how much it defrosted. So when you make yours, just remember, use it within like 10 or 15 minutes after you take it out of the freezer. Cause you know it's hot now, summer. You know if it's a little warm, it won't come out right. Give it a little flip. You probably want to cook them about, I don't know, let's say about till they're golden brown on both sides, really. I mean, this is kind of a thing where I can't really set it because everybody has different temperatures, different ovens, different circumstances of how they're cooking their meals. So I can't really give you an exact time of how long to put this in. All I know is when it's golden brown on both sides, is done. So, yeah. And like I said, that egg that we put in it, you see how it's keeping it together? It's keeping it from, it keeps it, you know, shape or whatever. It helps to keep its shape, basically. Um, yeah, so another couple minutes. Um, our buns should be done. Let's go over here and check on our chicken while that's going. See what it's looking like. Look at that right there, y'all. I'll tell you, that's Cajun goodness right there. That is Cajun goodness. All right. So, see what I mean when I say it bulks up? That's why I like, oh shoot. That's why I like done. These aren't done. I'm going to let them rest. Um, let them rest for a couple minutes and then we're going to fry them again. So it's the double frying method. So we got the double frying method and then we got the double dredging method. Okay, we're going to cook that piece next. But right now, we're going to double fry these chicken breast cutlets. And see how good that's perfect piece of chicken. I'm trying to tell you. Let's come back over here to our ramen noodle buns. They're almost done, guys. You see it's getting browner and browner. So I set our timer for 2 minutes. Should be done in the next 2 minutes. And it's going to be nice and golden on the outside and soft on the inside. Alright guys, so as you can see, this is the finished product. This is your ramen noodle buns. Crispy on the outside and it's soft like bread on the inside. Trust me, you will love it. That's the final product. And then now we're doing our second fry for our chicken. Okay. You want to let it rest really. You want to let it rest for a couple minutes before we put our sandwich together. Now, while we wait for that to cool down, we can make our sauce, our honey butter sauce. Okay, which is basically you're going to need 4 tablespoons of butter. 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically about a half stick of butter. Okay. And actually I'm going to warm it up and just melt it a little bit in the pan we just used. Yeah, just melt it up a little bit. And then, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna use that butter. I'm sorry, y'all. Using a stick of butter. I didn't realize that was burnt stuff in there. We're just gonna pop it in the microwave for a couple seconds. Let that melt. Okay, so you're gonna need 4 tablespoons of butter. We need about a tablespoon of honey and some crushed pepper flakes, and that's basically the recipe for the honey butter sauce. But I like that little hot sauce because you know here at Cook with AJ, we like to turn it up a notch, and we want our flavors to be off the chain. Okay, so. Right now we got our butter melted. Now we're gonna put about a tablespoon of honey in there. Our red pepper flakes, about a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I'm gonna give it a little stir. A little bit more honey. A little hot sauce. That's for a little added heat, you know, because it is a Cajun chicken sandwich. You can't have a chicken sandwich without a little hot sauce, right? Now, time to put it all together. See, this is a nice chicken sandwich right here, y'all. So you want to put that on top, okay? Also have some pickled onions here, pickled red onions. I'm gonna put on top. I got some pickles. I got regular pickles. I got some pickled onions, okay? But first, actually, actually, I actually want to toss this a little bit in the sauce. A little bit, do a little toss, okay? There we go, right there. That's what we want, right there. Sorry, y'all, piece fell off. That's what we want. And then we put a couple pickles on there. I like some pickles. And what's a chicken sandwich without a couple pickles? And then we got pickled onions. And now you gotta top it. And voila. This is our Cajun ramen noodle chicken sandwich. Alright guys, we're at the end of the show. It's been a blast. I enjoyed having you here. Please like, comment, subscribe if you like the video. Give a big thumbs up. And also, I want to see if anybody can recreate this dish. And if you got any ideas on how to improve this recipe, let me know in the comments below. Okay, so right now, without further ado, it's time to go in for the first bite. Oh yeah. Look at that right there, y'all. Mm. Oh my God, so good. So good. You guys gotta try it. Like I said, again, thanks for stopping by. Until next time, love and peace. Catch you later.